Hey guys, welcome back to Astrology Bliss. Before we start, if you could just do me a quick favor and click the subscribe button below, maybe the like button while you're at it. And let's get to your video. Thanks. Hey Taurus, I just finished recording your video. Unfortunately, my front-facing camera did not record it because I needed to delete some of my previous videos. The storage was too full. Fortunately, I do have the side-facing camera, and that recorded the cards, so for this reading, you're going to have to do without my face, but I'm sure you'll live. Anyway, enjoy your reading. Hi, Taurus. Welcome back. So today we're going to do a bit of a different reading. It's not going to be, long, lengthy. It's going to be 3 cards to give me a general message for the month. And then it's going to be another 3-card reading with a different deck. And that's going to be the energies you're going to be working with for Venus Retrograde, which I'll talk a little bit more about what that is when we get to that part of the video. So for now, I'm just focusing on general monthly messages for Taurus. And I've already pre-shuffled because I know you probably don't want to watch me shuffle for 20 minutes. I wouldn't. Okay. Okay. Give me 1 minute to, okay, normally I normally would just look at the bottom of the deck from what I had before, but I kept shuffling, and the bottom I got Judgment in reverse. Okay, so for your 3 cards, and then I felt like drawing a random other card, we have the Page of Swords in the reverse, the 8 of Swords in the reverse, and Temperance in the reverse, and then the 4 of Wands in the upright, which I have in the position that would usually be considered, the underlying reasons for the reading. The unconscious stuff, right? So, I am seeing some kind of romantic situation, something that I'm feeling something that, even though there's no Cups cards here, I am seeing it as something that did touch you emotionally. Wands cards, they can talk about sex if you want it to, but I'm not getting that kind of feel from it. I am getting the feeling of a flame in your heart. God, that sounds so cheesy, but yeah. But it looks like whoever, I'm definitely getting a person, by the way. I don't see work or anything here, but it looks like you're taking an emotional situation, or this could be someone you're dealing with. But I'm going to say you for the reading. So it looks like you're taking an emotional situation that should be dealt with emotionally, and you're making it more of a mental situation. And because you're, intellectualizing what you're feeling, and you're thinking about what you're feeling, but you're not actually letting yourself feeling it, not actually letting yourself feel it, it causes detachment. It's making you imbalanced. So Temperance is a card that's about balance. It's about moderation. Learning to work with the energies that are available to us, but not overindulging on either side, just moderation. So I'm feeling maybe if you've been really closed off and, someone came along that change that. And you're like, I did not sign up for this. I did not want this right now. It looks like, you know, that person kind of got in, and, you know, if something happened, I'm having a hard time talking, by the way, so I'm definitely feeling some kind of communication issue. I felt inclined to pick up a stone for my little layout here that is supposed to help with communication, and I even thought to myself, like, that's weird. I've never felt like picking that up for a reading before. But when I saw the Page of Swords in the reverse, I am seeing that as you blocking someone out with communication. You know, maybe that's blocking them out on social media, blocking their text messages, their calls, whatever. Like, you just don't want to hear from them. And, you know, the Eight of Swords, it can be about feeling stuck in your own head. But what I'm seeing, I mean, it can be, but really another way that I see the Eight of Swords is, you know, the girl in the card, she, you know, her legs, okay, well, you know, in this deck, I guess it's a little bit different, but generally the Eight of Swords, the girl isn't really tied up to the swords, and she has the ability to walk away whenever she wants to. She just feels bound, but, you know, usually instead of just relying on, you know, your vision, what you see in front of you, you know, think of someone who's blind, right? When you're blind, all your other senses become stronger. Your sense of smell is stronger, your hearing is stronger, your intuition is stronger because, you know, if one sense is gone, it's the other one's boost up. So if you've been relying on one sense to get a feel of this situation, your thought patterns maybe, I'm feeling strongly inclined to advise to, you know, maybe cut that method out for a bit and try something else, because I don't think you're seeing a situation, I mean, that's what the Judgment card in reverse is. I don't think you're seeing a situation clearly, but the situation itself actually looks really solid. My cat is so hyper right now. I'm sorry if you hear him running around like a little gremlin. But anyway, so yeah, you know, the situation itself seems like something really good for you, but you really have to stop being your own worst enemy with it. Because it looks like nobody's blocking your happiness here but you, which, if that's out of fear, I completely understand that happens, but just check in with yourself, not with the people around you, not with any of that other stuff. Just listen to yourself and follow your own advice. Okay, so let's check in for Venus retrograde for Taurus. So, quick overview on what Venus retrograde is. You know, the dreaded Mercury retrograde. Basically what that is wherever Mercury is retrograding back in your chart, that's an area of your life where you either need to communicate differently in or start thinking about differently. And the purpose of planets retrograding, you know, back through certain houses, through certain signs, it's supposed to bring our concentration and our focus to that area. So when Venus retrogrades through a different house, or cannot talk today. When Venus retrogrades, Venus is the planet that rules, you know, how we love. Venus actually rules Taurus, so Venus retrograde is definitely going to impact you guys more. Venus is also luxury. It's, you know, how we want to spend our money. You know, my little brother's a Taurus. We're very different, and it's funny because he's all like, you know, into like super designer brand names and, you know, nice quality material. And I'm not saying I'm not, but like, he definitely beats me at that big time. So Venus also rules our artistic ability, and so for artists especially, you're going to want to pay attention to Venus retrograde. you know, Venus retrograding through your career sector, right? Especially if you're an artist, it's like it's really honing in your focus to see where you can fine-tune things. And then the obvious, Venus retrograde does frequently bring back exes, or very similar love situations where it's like, I think I've been in this relationship before, but not with you. And it brings us back into that situation, especially if it was a bad one, to test us in a way that's like, hey, did you move past this? Are you really done with this type of person? And, you know, if you've progressed, then you should be fine. Ooh, okay. This looks great so far. Not bad. Bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Swords. And for your overall spread, we have the Queen of Pentacles in the upright, the Ace of Swords, the Sun in reverse, and the Nine of Wands in the upright. Originally, I started these readings as only 3 cards, and then I kind of just started picking 4 cards, so I should really just clarify that. But yeah, so you're at a point right now where you're exhausted. Like, plain and simple. You feel super defensive, on guard. Like, you constantly have to watch your back, like you can't trust anybody. And it could be regarding... you know, if you're a guy, it could be regarding, you know, this woman in your past. And especially if this was a relationship, or it could, I don't normally ever think of like mother with this card, but it could be some mommy issues as well. And, you know, that's for whatever sex you are. It doesn't just have to be if you're a guy. Yeah, but I do feel like whoever this person is, you are getting some massive clarity on a situation and why something didn't work out the way it did. Or maybe, you know, being a Taurus, and like I said, Taurus is ruled by Venus, and Venus rules luxury, how we want to spend our money. And it's like, do you feel the need to buy nice things and always have the nicest things? And you know, to the point where you feel like people are going to judge you in a way based off of like, you know, oh, is your shirt from H&M? Or like, which H&M is fine, by the way, whatever. But just like putting these expectations on yourself to look and be a certain way that doesn't necessarily speak to your character. It just speaks to you externally. Yeah, I've seen this card, I don't know how many times. I've never noticed these little, like, you know, the little yellow things. They kind of look like flames. So even though this is, you know, a swords card, I am getting, you know, more of a fire element there as well. But I think this is something that you have been carrying around with you for a while. And I think you might be realizing how, in a way, you've been blocking your own happiness. I'm seeing a lot of yellow in these cards. Yellow pertaining to the solar plexus chakra. Yes, I see yellow and purple primarily. Like in the Four of Swords here, we have purple, we have yellow. In the Ace of Swords here, we have purple. And then there's, I mean, you can see on here too, there's yellow, yellow, yellow on the floor here. So if you, and then if we look at the Sun card in reverse, there's a lot of blue. Blue is communication. It's reversed, so that might be an area of difficulty. Yeah, but I think maybe there's a focus on how if we're so focused on decorating the outside of us, it's almost like, you know, what's the point of me speaking up? People don't care what I say, they care how I look. That's an interesting message, but you could really be considering your value. Yeah. Just a quick note. I started taking care of 15 stray cats in Brooklyn. It's an official registered cat colony. I started a GoFundMe page and a Facebook fundraiser, and so far we have raised plenty of money for these cats to have enough food to eat for months, which is amazing. I am trying to get the supplies to build them winter shelters and to get them all vet exams. I've attached the GoFundMe link. I've put the GoFundMe link below in the description box. If you're able to donate anything, even $1, it would be an amazing help. And it would mean a lot to the cats and me. So thanks for being here again. Bye.